first installed OpenClaw, I had this idea, this vision, if you will, of an AI employee who not only helped me complete tasks and get things done, but could actually do that autonomously. And that over time that this AI employee could become much more than just a simple AI employee or an AI assistant, but could actually become an integral part of my company and actually help me run the day-to-day operations of not just completing a task, but actually coming up with ideas and all of the stuff that I think a lot of us probably thought about when OpenClaw and other agents really started becoming popular here in the last couple months. Then comes in Paperclip. I hear about this software called Paperclip, and it has a GitHub and it has a website and all of that. And basically it says right here on the screen, you can see Paperclip, the human control plane for AI labor. Hire AI employees, set goals, automate jobs, and your business runs itself. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, I'm here to tell you, it is, but it's also a really cool project. I've been messing around with it now for quite a couple months, but you can see like when you come to the website again, it gives the blog, some documentation, the GitHub URL. It also gives an LLMs.txt file. That way, if you want to send your agent over to just have it, your OpenClaw or your Hermes agent to come over here and figure it all out and install it for you and all of that, you can do that. You can see it has almost 60,000 stars on GitHub. So, I mean, this is like a real project here. Manage business goals, not pull requests. And so the difference with Paperclip compared to a lot of other things is instead of going in and saying, hey, here's all the tasks, you go in and you say, hey, here's the goals. Here's what we're trying to accomplish. And then the system comes up with all the tasks to get you there. At least that's the idea behind it. So it says everything you need to run an autonomous company. Bring your own agent, any runtime, one organization chart. If it can receive a heartbeat, it's hired. Goal alignment, heartbeats, ticket system, multi-company, cost control, governance, org chart, mobile ready, etc., etc., etc. Bring your own bot, whether that's OpenClaw, Claude, Codex, Cursor, Bash, HTTP, doesn't matter. If it can receive a heartbeat, it's hired, like it says. Keep your agents aligned on the goal. Heartbeats keep the lights on. Agents wake up on a schedule, check their work and act. Delegation flows up and down the org chart automatically. Ticket assignments wake agents to work. Cross-team requests delegate to the best agent for the job. So the way that Paperclip, and I think this is an important thing to stop on for a moment. The idea behind it is, so instead of being the CEO or instead of being an employee within the company, you're actually the board of directors. You're the one controlling everything, making the high level decisions, and then your AI team is the one that's going and actually executing on those decisions. This is the GitHub for it. They've done quite a couple releases. Actually just released a new release yesterday. You can see again, has over 60,000 stars at this point. You can see the releases that have been coming out. It doesn't release updates as fast as like OpenClaw has been or Hermes or whatever, but I don't think it needs to. I don't think it's not the agent. It's not creating the agent. I think that matters. So with that said, let's actually go into my Paperclip and I'll show you guys. So this is Paperclip installed here on my computer, connected to my different agents. And you can see the way that I have it set up is I have my company added here inside of Paperclip. And again, you can add different companies. The way I did it is I just put my main company, Click Consultants, in, and then I actually use the projects to set up the different aspects. So I have different brands and stuff, but they all kind of fall under the Click Consultants company. I might change this in the future, I'm not sure. But to start off, I just put them all as projects underneath. So I have OMG It's Derek, which is my personal brand. I have my school community. Shameless plug. It's my AI and tech merging technology school community. See, we have 28 members right now. It's just a place to come in and talk with other people that are actually building with emerging technology, that is actually using AI, automation. We have classroom, we have courses and stuff you can take that tell you actually how to set up and build your first agent, how to build your first skills within your agent. And we have a lot more stuff coming out as well. I mean, the community is brand new, and actually you can get in the community for only $1 a month. That's it. That's all it costs. $1. You have full access to chatting back and forth with people, all of that, making those connections, networking. Really cool community. That is what we have set up here for the school community. It's inside as a project. We have Fathers for Fair Custody. Fathers for Fair Custody is my personal advocacy brand to try to help other fathers and advocate for equal fathers' rights. We have Made by Amy. This project's a little bit different than the others because this one is Paperclip autonomously, completely by itself, running its own company. So Made by Amy is the name of my OpenClaw. That is my agent agent that's built there. That's her name, Amy, coming up with like all the ideas, all of her own stuff. She has her own website as well. You can see here, she comes up with all of her own stuff, built this website, has her own blog. We have Amy in internal systems. So this is just Paperclip checking all of my internal systems, my OpenClaw setup, my Hermes agent setup, my mission control dashboard that I have that tells me everything that's going on within my business, like analytics and tasks and just everything. And it's constantly looking for ways to improve my system and make it better. I Crave Anime, that is a blog, a website around anime, and basically just a site on like watch order for anime shows and reviews from anime that I watch and stuff like that. Colorful Cardboard, same thing, but in the Pokemon card investing space. Me and my son do a lot of Pokemon card. We rip cards and stuff, put up the videos on YouTube. We also invest in Pokemon, and so it's just another site where we just kind of talk about that stuff or whatever. Click Consultants Agency, so that is the actual agency under my company, Click Consultants, where we actually help brands and businesses implement emerging technologies. And so that's one of the projects underneath the Click Consultants. Custody Journal, this kind of falls under Fathers for Fair Custody, but like the school community. Custody Journal is basically an app that I created for fathers that are going through custody battles in order to document everything that's going on. So a lot of these projects are really almost like separate mini companies, all underneath the Click Consultants umbrella. Again, I might split them up so that all of them are a different company over here on the left. But when you do that, you actually end up having different agents for the different companies, and you have to like create a CEO and different. And I didn't really want to do all of that. I wanted all the agents to kind of have the information needed with all the other ones. But if you are using Paperclip yourself and you're watching this video and you've done it the other way, or you've tried both ways, let me know which way you preferred. That is one thing I'm still learning. With that said, let's go ahead and dive through Paperclip and just kind of show you a little bit of what it is. So you can see here again, we have on the left sidebar, we have a new issue command, we have a dashboard, we have an inbox, we have issues, routines, goals, we have projects, which are the projects I mentioned, we have agents. These are all of the agents that currently work for my company. You can see we have the CEO, we have Amy, which is my OpenClaw, we have analytics employee, we have a coder, an engineer, a marketer, a QA, quality assurance, researcher, salesperson, a support person, a writer, and a YouTube producer. And then you can also see down here, we have some other stuff, just company stuff that's org. So it's like the org chart of who everything falls under. You can see skills, you can see costs, activity, and then of course you have your settings. So right now, two agents just spun up. The CEO is spun up and doing some work, and the YouTube producer. So we'll see those cards start to kind of happen here or whatever. You see even on the left, it went to live here. So their heartbeats are running, and now they're picking up their next tasks and doing what they need to do. But anyways, new issue is if you want to actually assign a task. Like I said, the whole point of Paperclip is that you assign the goals, and then your agents, your CEO for the different companies, they are the ones that then assign the task. They come up with the task, create the task. But if you want to add specific issues, specific tasks in, you can do that by clicking this new issue button, putting in the issue title, a description of it. You can assign it to who you want to assign it to. So you can assign it to the CEO or a specific agent. You can do it for a specific project, etc., etc. You can change the to-do, whether it's a backlog item, a to-do, an in progress, in review. You can change the priority. You can upload files and attachments to it, etc., etc. And then you can create that issue. I don't ever actually find myself doing that. The agents come up with it. And so again, the way that you do that is through the goals. You can see here for the company overall as a goal, we have grow all 4 revenue streams in parallel: custody journal, digital products, YouTube, and the school community. So it has goals for all of these different projects and what we're wanting to accomplish. And that ends up, if we go to issues, you can see all of the different issues that are being worked on. And again, none of these are anything that I have created, like this sponsored package follow-up Cynthia's. So it says, turn this sponsored lead into an actual usable sponsor package instead of leaving the CRM record underarmed. Required output, read the sponsor package brief below. Create or refine the sponsor facing package pieces needed for this lead. Tighten the exact follow-up angle, make it easy for Derek to send. Sales worked on it. It says done. All of these issues, and you can see right here, revision pass, custody journal help facts. So right now, Mission Control marked this Paperclip artifact as revision requested. Custody journal recommended assignee engineer, and you can see here the engineer cache context line. So again, just kind of shows everything that's going on with it here, all the different chats and everything. So this one, execute approved, Click Consultants follow-up email. This one was marked as done now. This one, blog code GIOS watch order, the cleanest way to watch R1, R2, Resurrected, and Rose. So this is for the I Crave Anime site. So this is a blog post that they created. And then where all of this stuff goes, if I go back to this dashboard, my mission control dashboard, I actually have this Paperclip session, and you can see we have all these like content approvals and stuff that come through here. So we see like, here's new content from Paperclip, 260 pieces of generated content ready to review. Then I can actually open, review the content itself directly in here, and then approve them or send them for revisions or whatever I want to do. You can see I do feedback here. I have approve and create content, request changes, reject, open task, etc., etc. So not only is it creating the content, but it actually has the credentials stored for things like being able to push to my different GitHub repos, which auto push to the websites and stuff. So it can actually post the blog post once they're approved, and then they get sent to the website automatically. I don't have to go in and post them myself, etc., etc. If we go to projects themselves, we can actually see the issues just for the specific projects. Reds are blockers, greens are done, yellows are they're waiting on something. You can see overview, configuration of it, where you can set goals and stuff. Budget, you can set a budget for it, how much you want to allow it to spend. It's really just a place to kind of track the issues and like the information about that project easily and quickly. Under the agents, we have like the CEO. So when we click on one of the agents, we got basically a dashboard for that agent, which shows the recent issues that they've worked on. Again, it tells you if they were done, blocked, or if they're in progress, yellow. Tells you the success rate over time, tells you the issues by priority, whether they're critical, high, medium, or low. You can see the cost again of how many input tokens it's using, output tokens. And again, you can set this, I think this is set month to date as of right now. You can set instructions. So the first agent you install, it recommends that you use Claude Code or Codex for your CEO, basically. When you create the company, you create your project, you're going to have to create the first agent, your CEO. So I'm using Codex, but then you can see you also have these other ones you can plug in: Cursor, Gemini CLI, Hermes Agent, OpenClaw Gateway, OpenCode, and Pi. OpenCode's nice because you can use a lot of different models with one API key. Then you have the different skills that it can use. I just have the default. I haven't actually gotten into any of the skills or anything. You got configuration, which is the name, title, the capability, the adapter type. So you can see this is actually using Hermes Agent Local. So you can see like, can it create new agents? Can it assign tasks? Yes. And you can set that for all of the different individual agents. We can have the runs here that you can see all the runs that it did. You can also just see engineer commented on CLI 2148. Again, budget, you can set a budget for specific agents as well as how we could for specific projects. YouTube producer, again, just tells the capabilities, all of the stuff, etc., etc., etc. It's a really cool system, man. I'm still learning it myself. There's definitely some things I want to change with it. Like I said, I might end up splitting the projects to different companies. I also want to organize the org chart. Like right now, everybody answers to the CEO. I'd rather split it up so that we have like a CEO, and then maybe we have like a chief marketing operator, a CMO, maybe we have like a content leader, and then the correct ones would follow under that. That way, not everybody is just reporting directly to the CEO. So those are all things I'm still figuring out and I got to work through. I will say it does add a lot of complexity, like for the downsides of it. It was much easier just using OpenClaw and just using Hermes Agent and just setting up basically cron jobs within those to do different tasks. But you definitely get a lot more of the automation here. I would definitely recommend starting off slow. Once you kind of get each of the little projects set up, then you can add in the next one or whatever, because it definitely gets overwhelming very fast when you come in here and you have 95 messages, as you can see. So I'm excited to see what it continues to do. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in AI, you should also check out this AI video I did.